The views and opinions expressed in this channel are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the views of our guests. The views and the opinions of the guest do not represent nor reflect the views and opinions of the Lockoutmen channel, nor its host. Our guests' opinions are their own. This channel is for educational, entertainment, and informational purposes only, and utilizes fair use materials in accordance with applicable laws.
So I guess we're starting today's episode here.
Carlisle, PA.
I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it's
Carlisle, PA.
right off the Turnpike, which is 76. Petro, as you can see right there in the back. The tragic accident that happened in Florida, it wasn't the first of its kind. We see trucks out here doing crazy stuff all the time. Making the U-turn in the middle of the highway is nothing new to us, especially us truck drivers that have been out here for a while. Probably might be new to you guys that probably haven't seen it, but I've been out here for a while and I've seen crazy things. Making the U-turn in the highway, I hate to say it's nothing new to us. We see it all the time. We see it every day. I seen it just last week on I-80. To this day, I still scratch my head. Now, the only time where you supposed to, now listen, drivers, when you supposed to make that turn, and it's the only time, is when you're directed by law enforcement. Now, there could be a lot of reasons why law enforcement will have you to make that U-turn. Is because they're either shutting down the highway or something bad happened. I think those are the only reasons why we would make that U-turn in the middle of the highway. But if you don't have the presence of law enforcement to indicate that we should do that, then you shouldn't do it at all, especially in a semi. Cars, I see it all the time, even when the traffic is crazy, they whoop right around. Semi trucks, on the other hand, yeah, that's a totally different beast right there. Imagine being on a highway, just minding your business, and then out of nowhere, a semi truck decides to cut across you into an official use only U-turn. No time to think, no way out, no time to stop. And just like that, 3 people gone. The driver clearly at fault. Come to find out that this particular driver that we about to talk about is an asylum-seeker with a CDL that was issued up under questionable circumstances. Let's jump into it.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Drivers, our story begins with
Herbie Dufresne, Rodrigador, Faniloa Joseph.
3 of the occupants that was in the minivan that lost their lives because of a careless decision of the foreign driver, now known as Harjinder Singh, and his brother, Harjinder Singh. So to give you guys a little bit of context, if you don't already know, this is the driver that made that illegal U-turn on the Florida Turnpike. And when he made the U-turn, that minivan crashed into the trailer. And unfortunately, they passed away in that tragic crash. They were all members of Florida's Haitian community. So in that crash, we now know that Harjinder Singh and his brothers, both of them was unhurt in the crash. As of this recording, Harjinder is up under arrest and in Florida's custody right now, awaiting trial for 3 counts of vehicular homicide. I believe he also have 3 other counts against him as well, but as of right now, that's where he at. As far as his brother, we'll touch on that in a minute. So again, as we saw the accident from the cab of the truck, we saw that the driver, which was Harjinder, he showed no type of emotion, nothing when the accident happened. He was still unfazed while the emergency recovery team was pulling the bodies of the 3 people from up under the truck. Police say that Hartnick, Harjinder's brother, pretty much threw him up under the bus by admitting that he was watching videos while his brother was making the turn. He also said that according to the GPS, they didn't have far to get to the next exit to make the turnaround. He also admitted that he don't even know why Harjinder made the decision to make that illegal U-turn. Speculation though, this like I said before in my previous videos, I think he just missed the exit that he was supposed to get off at and decided to turn back around so he can go back to it. Other speculations by you drivers out here, y'all said that he was trying to dodge the tolls. So of course the fallout with this situation that happened, and the fallout, drivers, is huge. It's how did this driver get his license? How was he able to get into the United States illegally? How was he able to be here this long? How did the state of Washington, with limited English, he was able to get his license? During the accident, he was about to get away, but they called him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And now he's sitting with no bail, no bond. My man ain't going nowhere, okay? But yet, drivers, get this, right? As I'm looking online and scrolling through various social media outlets, I come across this petition video of over 2.6 million signatures saying that, hey, he didn't do it deliberately. Even though we know it was a tragic accident, he didn't do it on purpose.
Hold on.
In support of Harjinder Singh, I know it was an accident. He made a terrible mistake, not a deliberate choice to harm anyone. He was working hard to support his family, like so many of us, and one wrong decision changed everything. A 45-year prison sentence is not justice.
It's not paid. I support Harjinder Singh. It was an accident. He made a terrible mistake.
It was an accident. He made a terrible mistake.
It was an accident. He made a terrible mistake, not a deliberate choice to harm anyone.
It was an accident. He made a terrible mistake, not a deliberate choice to harm anyone. He was working hard to support his family.
Sir, ma'am, what do you mean he didn't do it on purpose? We'll touch on that in a minute. So drivers, first off, I just want to say rest in peace to the people that was in that minivan. They go by the name of
Kirby Dufresne, Rodrigador, Faniloa Joseph.
May their souls rest in peace, and may their family find comfort and justice that they deserve. Those 3 lives was wiped out in an instant in an accident that wasn't even supposed to happen. So now let's talk about the passenger right quick. We're going to say that Harjinder's own brother threw him up under the bus. That's supposed to be your riding buddy. That's supposed to be your brother, right? But he's telling the police like, hey, Harjinder wasn't paying attention. Even though the GPS had them covered to go to the next exit and turn around to do what they need to do, he doesn't even know why his own brother decided to make that turn. And right there, drivers, that speaks volumes. Volumes. And let's talk about the brother for a minute. Now, it's awfully funny that at the time that the brother told authorities about what was going on inside of the truck, he himself, did he get arrested? In the article, it says he was arrested. Of course, he was detained by ICE. He was detained about a week after his brother was taken into custody. So now we know the name of the co-driver because at the time, we did not know the name of the co-driver. Actually, we didn't even know that he was a co-driver. To this point right here, we still don't know if he's a driver. Maybe he was just a passenger, but we know that's his brother. We know his name is Harjinder Singh, and he is the brother. And as of right now, he is detained too. So let's talk about this petition that's going on right now. That's wild work right there, drivers. Saying that this wasn't deliberate. Sir, ma'am, it was deliberate. Nobody put a gun to this man's head and told him to make that illegal U-turn. Nobody forced that man, It's a big U-turn sign that says no U-turn. Now, whether or not he didn't understand the sign, big U with a slash going across it means no. Also, up under it, it does say official vehicles only. Maybe you didn't understand that, but big U with a slash going across it, that's a no, sir. So with these people that's online talking about, oh, he made a tragic mistake and it wasn't deliberate, he has a family, blah, 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 yada, 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 he should have thought about that before he made the turn. That's not a mistake, drivers. It's a choice. We all have choices out here. That's what makes us special over here in the United States. The choices that we make. The choices that we make in those vehicles that goes up and down the street every day. We either choose to do what's right or we choose to do what's wrong and accept the consequences. But overall, it's a choice. And Harjinder made a horrible choice. Iron Skillet Restaurant. I am not a fan of this restaurant, man. They food sucks. Drivers, those choices comes with consequences, especially when you driving a truck and carrying 80,000 pounds behind you. But here, drivers, I got questions, right? I got some questions. Like, how was Harjinder issued a CDL in Washington as an asylum-seeker? Am I saying that right? Asylum. There you go. I know I was saying it wrong, but as an asylum seeker, Washington law says you need to be a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident. How was that possible that this young man got his CDL as an asylum seeker? Make that make sense. My other question is this. My man was denied a work permit in 2020, just 5 years ago. But he was granted one in 2021? How does that work? Who dropped the ball over here? Explain that to me, people. Who dropped the ball? In 2020, you was denied. They said, no, sir, no, thank you, bam, bam, boom. But what did you do, or who did you convince, or who did you pay? Who did you pay, sir? Explain that. Who did you pay? Whose pocket did you line up to get your work visa? Lastly, in the video that I just saw of you, sir, you was speaking a little bit of good English in that video.
The one that you'll take care of within 30 days, okay? And then just choose one of those options right there.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And this one right here is your inspection, okay?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Drive safely, all right?
Thank you.
Have a good one, sir.
Sorry, sir. And my first time.
No worries. I feel bad being the first guy to write you a ticket, but you know, I try to help you out.
They said in my no license in the ticket.
What's that?
They send the ticket in the no my credit.
I'm sorry. I guess I don't understand.
Maybe in that this my ticket and the my license. Yeah. How many years?
Don't quote me on this. I think a ticket will stay anywhere from 5 to 7 years, depending on what state you're from. Anywhere for that long, okay? Okay. All right. Have a good one.
But you was doing pretty good in that video, though. I ain't gonna cap. But my question is this, sir, because that was in Mexico. Like, y'all had him in Mexico. Whatever he did, y'all let him go. And it's cool. We get pulled over for various reasons and get let go. You look what happened. A tragic accident on the Florida Turnpike, and they just let him go. So seeing this video wasn't the first time you was let go, my guy. But how did you pass the CDL test, though, with such poor English skills, right? Listen, though, I could probably figure out how you did it, though, because you probably had somebody to do the written test and show you what to say, show you what to do and all like that. All you needed to do was just get in the truck and drive and pass. I get it. But if you didn't know about everything else that takes to get your CDL, I seen this one place. I don't know where this at. I think this is in California. And I think it's a Penunge CDL school. on the side of the trailer, it says you can get your CDL in 20 days. 20 days, right? It took me August, September, November. I got my CDL in December, like August, September, like 2-3 months. But that was because I went to school on the weekend, so they had to spread it out. But it's usually 4 weeks, 6 weeks, right? If it's 4 weeks, that's about 30 days or 31 days in a month. And if it's 6 weeks, it's what, about 40 some days, right? Because it's 30, 31, let me see, about another 5, that's 35, about 41 days, 40, 41, 42 if you want to count Saturday and Sunday. So, but this place here says, we can get you your license. Hold on.
Enjoying what you're hearing? Ready for unfiltered trucking talk that tells it like it is? The Trucking Commentary Podcast with Lockoutmen delivers authentic reactions and engaging conversations about the latest trucking content from across YouTube and TikTok. Help us reach more drivers like you. Hit that like button and leave a comment to boost our visibility in YouTube's algorithm. Your support helps us deliver more of the no-nonsense trucking commentary you've come to like from Lockoutmen.
In 20 days. I don't know how that's possible. But again, sir, how did you get your license with the limited amount of English that you have, sir? FMCSA, when you got caught and they did a proficiency test on you, you was only able to answer 2 of the 12 questions verbally. And you can only identify 1 of the 4 traffic signs. Now, see, that doubles back to the U-turn sign, right? And I said that in previous videos that maybe you just didn't understand it, but it's universal. It is. Big U, big slash, going across it means no, universally. But that's not struggling though, drivers. That's instant fail right there. See, drivers, somebody handed this man his license anyway. Somebody got paid. I ain't gonna cap. Somebody got paid, drivers. See, drivers, that's just not on Harjinder. That's on the system. The system, keep that in mind. A system that allowed this driver to get behind the wheel of a truck with skills that frankly doesn't match the job. Well, I take that back. I'm driving up and down these highways. A lot of you guys are gonna say that it don't take that much. I could probably agree with you. It probably might not take that much. Just driving straight forward, make lefts, makes rights, merge over. But when it comes time to backing, when it comes time to critical thinking, when it comes time to get into situations that you might be in, you need to be quick on your feet. You need to know how to get out of that situation, sir. You need to read the signs. They're everywhere. You gotta know that. So if somebody says that it doesn't take skill to drive, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Now, I agree with you to a point, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you because it really does. It really does take skill. For him though, in this situation right here, he had limited English, didn't know the signs. He could speak very well in that video though. But again, like I said, it's the system that failed to realize that this driver wasn't supposed to have a license. He wasn't even supposed to be here. And that's not just on Washington though. See, Harjinder got a non-domicile CDL in California as well. See, the FMCSA is now scrambling to investigate how did that slip through the cracks. Meanwhile, 3 people lost their lives in a tragic accident that didn't need to be. So drivers, this isn't just about one reckless U-turn. This exposes failure on multiple levels. State DMV, FMCSA's oversight, inconsistent enforcement in states like New Mexico, where of course he was pulled over for speeding and he was never given an English proficiency test, which they say he should have got. If regulators have done their jobs, then maybe drivers like Harjinder wouldn't even be on the road. So yes, drivers, accountability matters, and accountability should fall both on Harjinder and the system that enabled him. The families of the 3 people that was in that minivan, they deserve more than excuses. They deserve more than that phony petition. They deserve justice. Rest in peace to those that lost their lives. And I do hope that they do get the justice that they deserve. Until next time, drivers.
What do you think? Should Singh face the full weight of those vehicular homicide charges, or do you agree with the millions signing that petition for leniency? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share your own stories or reactions by emailing me at lockoutmenpodcastguest@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want more breakdowns that affect drivers and the community. This is the Underrated and Overworked Podcast. Stay safe, drivers, and I'll catch you in the next one.